The world is facing its most dangerous moment since the 1940s. The most serious threats to trade, supply chains, and investment materialize when geopolitical tensions erupt into actual armed conflict, like the humanitarian toll of conflict raging in the Middle East and Ukraine. Businesses cannot ignore the evolving risk landscape and the potential disruption it brings. Coming out of the first quarter of 2024, global data has identified 9 sources for geopolitical tensions, ranging from existing or potential armed conflicts to the policies of the world-leading powers and global factors such as migration and climate change. The recent battlefield successes of the Russian army and Ukraine's shift towards a long-term defensive position means the path to one side capitulating appears unclear, giving rise to the tail risk of the conflict expanding into a wider Russia-NATO conflict fraught with new global shocks. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, the risk of regional contagion from an insoluble Israeli-Palestinian conflict is increasing the risk of commodity price rises and broader inflation shocks globally. The results of November's presidential elections will shape US foreign policy for the foreseeable future. While in China, a structural economic slowdown eroding the legitimacy of the party state will increase the risk of Chinese adventurism in Taiwan and the South China Sea. The tech and energy sectors are predominant targets of the US-China trade war. But even without trade restrictions, the trade war is forcing the decoupling of supply chains. Companies must contend with the financial and reputational risks of operating across geopolitical fault lines. Since 2020, the US has weaponized its dominance of chip intellectual property to deprive China of key technologies, from chip design software and chip manufacturing equipment to the chips themselves. By doing so, the US aims to stall China's access to advanced AI chips and progress in building itself a self-sufficient domestic semiconductor industry. In the energy sector, China's domination of the batteries, solar panels, and, to some extent, electric vehicle markets will make the global energy transition heavily dependent on Chinese supply. Businesses must now make delicate decisions on which suppliers to choose, where to set up operations, which markets to target, and where to invest. They must make contingency plans for geopolitical factors as they do for natural disasters.